Hi class, this is FSN 310, Spring 2019, Maternal and Child Nutrition. I am your teacher, Kareen Colin. I may be absent the first few days of class. We're kind of going to play it by ear. I had to have surgery over spring break, so I just wanted to record some materials for you in case that's what's going to happen. A little bit about me. I am a registered dietitian, nutritionist. I've been for over 10 years, coming on 11 years now. I've worked in dialysis, hospital settings, in the Central Valley and here on the Central Coast. I'm a certified diabetes educator. I'm a certified nutrition support clinician, which means I specialize in tube feeding and TPN, which is IV nutrition. I am a mom. I have a very handsome 3-year-old, which you guys will see tons of pictures of until you guys are sick of him. His name's Benji. I breastfed him, so I've been pregnant before. I have a child. That is just an N of 1 experience, but it does make me a little bit better suited to teach this class than somebody who hasn't had a child or doesn't have a child. Anyways, I really like nutrition, and I feel that human nutrition starts even before pregnancy, and so hopefully you'll enjoy learning some of the topics we're going to cover in maternal and child nutrition. So we're going to go over the syllabus. I'm not going to spend class time going over it. I'm going to spend time right now going over it. So our class time is right here, 10 to 12, building 52, E26. There's my email. My office is in the portable buildings, the same portable buildings that the Cafes Advising Center are in. So if you're a nutrition student, you probably should have been to the Cafes Advising Center by now. It's where Kathy Bartholomew is. It's kind of up the hill from Campus Market by the Cal Poly Corporation building. And these are my office hours here. Our final is scheduled for Monday, June 10th. We'll just double check that as the quarter progresses, but that's what I had. Course description: nutritional needs and issues during pregnancy and lactation. Role of nutrition in normal development from preconception through adolescence. Current nutrition issues and maternal and child nutrition. So we're going to learn all about maternal and all about child, even going up to adolescence. You should have all taken 210. Without it, this will be quite a confusing class. The textbook is Nutrition Through the Lifestyle, 6th edition. It's available on the bookstore. I'm sure there are lots of used copies as well. This is a very easy to read textbook about maternal and child nutrition. And so if you're planning to be a dietitian, it would be a very good reference. Can you get an A in this class without it? Yes, you can. If you come to class every day, pay attention, take very thorough notes, and study your notes as well as the PowerPoint lectures that I have available on PolyLearn. However, the book can be really good supportive material if you need to clarify anything or have any questions or need to reinforce what we've talked about in class. That being said, I am going to put lecture slides on PolyLearn, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you print them before class so that you can take notes on them, or have some sort of computer or tablet where you can take notes on them. They are not complete, so that means there are fill-in-the-blank spots where you are needing to add content. This video is being recorded through Zoom right now, and so this is my Zoom conference room number. And if we need to do any digital connections throughout the quarter, that's how you can reach me. Student learning objectives, I'll let you guys read through those yourself. Communications, I do use the Poly email, so if you use an email other than Poly, make sure that your email is synced to Cal Poly. I often send out class announcements, or if I haven't said something in class and I forgot, I'll send it through email. There will be multiple class participation points in class. If you are gone, you cannot make up those points unless you have a Cal Poly approved reason for an absence, like a confirmed illness or you're on a sports team, etc. Obviously, if you have a family emergency, it does say let me know ahead of time, but emergencies, you don't know when they're going to happen ahead of time. So if you have a true emergency, don't worry about it. Deal with your emergency and then shoot me an email when you get a chance. I will excuse a true emergency. So if you feel that you are in an emergency, just make you your priority. If you're sick, I really don't want you to come to class. I don't want to get sick. I don't want my son to get sick. Nobody wants you to get them sick. So just go to the health center. They'll give you a stamp, and that will excuse you from the day's activities as well as having any late assignments. And hopefully they'll help you get better too. Turn in assignments at the beginning of class. It does say 50% off for late. I usually actually take off about 10% for late. Everything has to be turned in finals week everything has to be turned in before finals week. I do not accept anything finals week. So this includes extra credit. Whatever you do, do not email me after your final or once I've submitted the grades with your grade being an 89.6 and say, oh, please, can I turn in the extra credit? I will not round up your grade unless pretty much I will not round up your grade. So do the best you can during class time so that you have the best grade possible. And when I go to submit the grades, I'll be able to see that throughout your work and your attendance, which will be noticeable for my class participation points. It's really important that we're open-minded and courteous to other students in all of our activities, but especially in a nutrition class, which can be very sensitive, and especially in this class. You are going to hear about and learn about some topics that may be uncomfortable to you. We're going to talk about breastfeeding. We're going to talk about sore nipples, chafed nipples. We're going to talk about pregnancy. We're going to talk about eating disorders. We're going to talk about obesity. So try your best to be open-minded. If any subject is triggering, I will not be offended whatsoever if you leave. I do not mean to be triggering in any way, shape, or form, and I'm continuing to try to work on the best way to present information so that it's not triggering, and so we can all use it to learn. But some facts about nutrition and health can be pretty sensitive to people, and there might be different opinions on things. So we'll all do our best to make the classroom as friendly and welcoming as possible. You guys can have 2 opportunities for extra credit that are pretty easy. There may be more throughout the quarter. So you can bring in an article, any article related to nutrition and either maternal or child development or being. So nutrition in either children or pregnancy or mothers. And all you have to do is put your name on it, turn it in class. You can also get extra credit by interviewing somebody who is pregnant or breastfeeding, and uploading that to YouTube. It says you can get 5 points for doing that. If you turn that in before the midterm, I will give you 6 points. If you turn it in after the midterm, it will be worth 4 points. Actually, if you turn it in before the midterm, I might even give you 7 points. But I like to watch these in class, and it tends that I get them all the very last week of class, then we don't have time to watch any of them. So we want to watch them. If you are able to interview somebody and they don't want us to watch them, you can still get credit for the interview. I just won't share it in class. You just have to let me know. But we can learn so much from other parents, other pregnant women, other families, besides what you're going to hear from me. I'm only one mother. I've only gone through one pregnancy, and we're really going to learn more from a wide range of sources. So I love having you share that with the class. You can interview your own parent if they still have a child living at home, so a child under 18. Okay, staple your papers. Do not forget to staple your papers. Do not turn in wrinkled Scantrons. If I can't run your Scantron through the machine because it's so bad, you will lose points. If you do not staple your paper, you will lose points. So staple your papers, get clean Scantrons. That is really important. It's just a professional practice, and I tend to lose things when they're not stapled. So this will help me not lose your paper so that I can give you the most points possible. Again, let's not have any negative remarks about anything. We have to be open-minded for diversity and celebrate our differences. If you use the DRC, I'm very willing and can accommodate that. Just let me know your requirements. Do not plagiarize or cheat. We're going to have one big paper due in the class, And so for this paper, it is very, very important that you cite your sources. It's always important that you cite your sources, but this paper in particular, if you do not cite your sources, it will be considered plagiarism. You'll also have a chance to do a group PowerPoint project. And for that, the sources should be cited, but they can be cited kind of in an informal manner on the last slide. But for this paper, we're going to use specific guidelines, which are all on PolyLearn. You're going to have lots of chances to get that right, though, so we'll work through that together. Don't cheat in any other way, however, either. Don't copy anybody's assignment, write notes on your water bottle and have it on your desk. Whatever you guys do, don't do it. Okay, a little bit of point breakdown. Prenatal supplement assignment. So this is an assignment where you are going to look at 2 different either prenatal vitamins or postnatal vitamins and compare their nutrient content to the RDA for a person of your age. The complications of pregnancy presentation is going to be a group presentation where you can pick a complication of pregnancy to talk about, such as gestational diabetes or HIV/AIDS with pregnancy or GI issues during pregnancy, and you're going to present as a group. Interview with a pregnant or lactating woman. This is going to be an interview and 24-hour recall and or food frequency questionnaire, depending on who you interview. You may or may not do a little bit of extra credit on that. So if you know somebody who is currently pregnant or lactating or has been within the last 12 months, you can do a 24-hour recall. If you don't know anybody who's currently pregnant or lactating, you can interview your own mother or your own aunt or your friend's mother, but their information won't be current enough to do a 24-hour recall, so you're going to have to do a food frequency questionnaire instead. And this interview is a paper interview versus a video interview. And so once you do interview this woman on paper, you're going to do a little bit of diet analysis about their diet. This research paper is broken down into multiple parts. This is a big focus on the class to get you guys ready to write scientifically. Writing scientifically is very different than creative writing, and it really is a skill which the nutrition department has been focusing on helping students master. So first you're going to turn in a topic. You're actually going to turn in 2 possible topics and the reasons for picking them. Then you're going to do a prospectus, which is going to include a review study. You're going to do an outline with 5 different references attached. You're going to have a rough draft. You're going to have your rough draft edited, and somebody will edit it for you, and you can edit their rough draft, and you'll get points for having yours edited as well as editing somebody else's. Then finally, you'll turn in your final draft, at which time most of you will have A's and B's because you've already had your rough draft edited so well. And then the last project is a global obesity undernutrition project where you're going to be picking any country of your choice and choosing to discuss either undernutrition, such as stunting, iron deficiency, vitamin A deficiency, etc., or overnutrition, such as obesity and overweight, and kind of the causes for those different issues as well as the interventions that that country is taking. We will have 2 midterm exams. They're going to be about 3/4 multiple choice true false, so you will need a Scantron, and the rest will be fill in the blank short answer. You will also need a calculator for both, and we're going to be learning some calculations in class. Grading standards are standard Cal Poly grades, and then the syllabus is here. So in the first half of the quarter, we're going to mostly be talking about maternal nutrition, and the second half of the quarter will be child nutrition. That being said, the midterms are not necessarily cumulative. There's a little bit of overlap, but they're kind of separate. And you can see the due dates of when some of these assignments are due. The complications of pregnancy presentations, I'm going to put up a online sign up for that on PolyLearn. And then you do see some activities listed on this syllabus. There will be additional activities that are not listed on this syllabus, but some of them are listed. So you know you will be getting points that day for doing those activities. I do have a guest speaker on the 15th, and I'm so excited. Her name is Erin Primer and also Laurel. And I can't remember Laurel's last name, but they're coming from the school districts and they're going to talk about school food. And it's going to blow your mind. You're going to love them. So be there that day. There will be questions from their appearance that day. May 27th is Memorial Day. The following day, we're going to have a Monday schedule. So even though it's Tuesday, we'll be here together. That would be great. The global obesity assignment is the only assignment turned in online. Every other assignment is turned in on paper. And then, like I said, I believe the final exam is Monday. We'll just confirm that as the quarter progresses. So that is the end of the syllabus. I will hand out the syllabus in class, so you will get a printed copy of this. This is just my video to explain it because I may not be there. Anyways, I really look forward to teaching your class. There's a chance that you might get some online participation points or some in-class participation from a little quiz on the syllabus. We'll see though. Thank you for listening. This really does benefit you and it benefits all of us because now we can use our class time learning instead of, doing this kind of housekeeping work. Okay, thank you, and I appreciate your understanding. Bye.